friends. Happy Tuesday. I wanted to pop in here and go through a daily energy routine with you guys. If you've been here for any length of time or you followed me on social media, you know I freaking love my daily energy routine. We have an amazing energy practitioner that's a part of this group, which is Brianna, and she actually has a video that's always over in the unit section of this group. You can do that. But today is a day I think a lot of us just are feeling kind of like, So we're gonna totally control our controllables and choose to focus on the good and the joy, because you cannot control the outside world, but you 100% control your mindset and how, like, where your energy goes. Literally, like what you're gonna show up to today. So I just wrote out my daily plan. I've got the kids set up. Let's be real, most of them are still sleeping. I made my breakfast, which today is my chocolate Shakeology blended with spinach, almond milk, and peanut butter. And then I have a piece of bread as well, a piece of Ezekiel toast. That's my breakfast. Not that you care, but I'm trying to follow I am following Time Nutrition. Today is my 5K, so I know it's really important to fuel my body. And now it's time to do an energy practice. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. You can do it with me if you want. I'm gonna move you so you can see more of my body. Okay, so we always start with the same things, right? We tap underneath our eyes. Energy practice is super intuitive. There's no right or wrong way to do it. We'll see how many cats show up. My cats always love energy work, okay? So I'm gonna tap here. Now I'm gonna move here to like my collarbone area. You're just gonna tap however long feels right for you. I'm gonna tap in between my breastbone, okay? And then I'm gonna tap right here. That light's kind of weird. Is it weird? Can I move you so you can see me better? I don't know, maybe we'll just put you back here. Whatever, the beauty of live. Okay, so now right here, this is underneath my rib cage. There's a spot right here. This is your spleen spot. Mine is really sore today. So I'm just gonna gently, I don't like to tap it, I just gently rub it. So why do I do a daily energy practice? Number one, I always, growing up, always felt really like, almost kind of detached, a little like I was floating outside of my body, probably related to trauma. We're not talking about that right now. That's just how I always have felt. And so when I started with the daily energy practice, I felt so much more grounded. So I'm gonna pull from behind my shoulder, and then I'm gonna go off of my foot, okay? So I'm just crossing over my energy. But anyways, I felt like this, it just makes me feel centered, it makes me feel balanced, it makes me feel, quite frankly, like I have something, I'm controlling something in my life. I'm gonna do the same thing from behind my low back, okay? I'm just gonna pull across my body and off of my opposite toe. So, I love doing a daily energy practice. I try and get my kids to do it as well. There's no way to hurt yourself with this. Now I'm gonna cross. I'm just gonna march in place. You could crawl on the ground. This feels super weird. If you're new to this and it feels like you're like super awkward, meet yourself where you're at, okay? And just march in place. Just march in place until it feels like you can go ahead and cross over. Cool. All right, so this is my favorite thing. This is a crown pull. All of you should do this today. As you go through the day, if you decide to watch any news, if you scroll social and it stresses you out. Crown pull, I love to do this at bedtime. If I'm just feeling really overwhelmed or stressed out, I'm literally pulling my brain apart and allowing the stuff that doesn't serve me a way out. Maybe that sounds crazy to you, whatever. I like to do this. This is something I do. So you can either put your hands across your eyes and pull it behind your ears and cross off your body, or you can just tuck your hair behind your ears, you cross your hands, cross your body, and you flip it off. You don't flip anyone off, you're just flicking the energy off. I do this if I have a conversation with someone, it stresses me out, if I read something that just makes me feel icky, if someone else's energy around me, I'm one of those people where I feel people's energy, I will do that. I'll just flick their energy off. You don't have to allow anyone in. You're the gatekeeper of your mind, your heart, your home, your spirit. And if there are people out there that you still have to interact with that don't serve you, that don't make you feel good, protect your energy, you guys. Seriously, what else do we do? I have it written on a board. Okay, so we're gonna do lymphatic. This is one of my favorite things to do. And you're just gently gonna go down outside of your arms. I like to do it sets of 3. Okay, so outsides of my arms, kind of sore. I'm gonna go into my armpits. I'm just gonna massage it. I'm gonna come up here to my collarbone area, and I'm just gonna massage it, Okay, now we're going down in between our breastbone here. Okay, where your nipples used to be, may they rest in peace. Underneath where your bra line is, I will do that. This is really, really good. Side note, I broke up with underwire. I mean, granted, I have, pancakes, but seriously, underwire bras aren't the best for your body. Okay, now I'm gonna go underneath my rib cage, and I'm not like going super deep. I'm not trying to hurt myself. I'm just like moving things along, because whenever your body is fighting a cold or something else, like we hold stuff in our lymph, and it's really important just to move it along gently. Okay, we're going back to that spleen point, which is right underneath my rib cage on the sides. That's a cat. Okay, Connor, you move out of my, thank you. Outside of your belly button. Outside of your belly button. This is great if you have a tummy ache, okay? So this is where my bikini line would be. So I'm gonna go here. This is great if you're having any kind of bladder stuff, or I got my period. So this is just bleh. Here we go. Now I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna move to my legs, and I'm gonna do one at a time. You can do both outside and both inside, whatever, it's personal choice. Okay, so one leg at a time. I'm just gonna move my fingers down my legs a couple times. Same thing on this side. Okay, so Wayne Cook, this is again crossing your energy. You can do this sitting in a chair. I just like to do it standing up. You could do this at the park, you could do this at work, whatever. So you cross your legs, one leg goes in front, the other hands, you just intertwine and you bring them up. Piper. Piper the cat. Piper the cat. Stop Piper the cat. Okay, so anyway, so you're crossing your legs, crossing your arms. Doesn't matter which one you do, totally personal preference. Okay, so then I'm gonna unwind and I'm gonna do the opposite. There we go. It's always important to balance yourself out, just like with your workouts, you know? All right, so a couple things I'm adding in today. This is, I don't know, I wanna say this is, I don't remember the words, so I'm not gonna try and tell you the words, okay? So I'm rubbing my hands together, I'm gonna shake them off, okay? Now I'm gonna put my hands right here on my low back. They're gonna come down to where my tailbone is. Woo! Put out your tip jar for yourself, okay? You're gonna take those hands, they're gonna come over your hips to your crotch area. You're gonna come up slowly over your chest, and then I'm gonna put my hands over my mouth. I'm gonna blow into it 3 times. I'm gonna take my hands back to my chest, and then I'm gonna go ahead and slide my hands down the outside of my body off of my baby toes. They're gonna come around to my front of my big toe, and then I'm just gonna come up the inside of my legs. I'm gonna come up to my armpits and then back there. And I'm gonna do that 3 times total. So rubbing hands, shake it off, small back, down to your tailbone, around to the front, up your chest. 3 breaths. Back to my chest. Gonna go down my sides, okay, off of my baby toe, around my toes to my big toe, up the inside of my legs, up to my armpits, back to that. Final time. Okay, here we go. Real fast. Okay, now, one more time. Rubbing my hands together, I'm gonna shake them off. I'm gonna put one hand up and one hand down. Take a couple breaths until it feels right, and then you're gonna go ahead and do the other side. Knock it off. Be nice. Little cat fight. Here we go. Okay. Final couple things. This is super important. Are you paying attention? Zip up your energy today. I do this all the time. I actually have it saved on my phone. So people who I love, and maybe they're total energy vampires, I have this as a prompt to remind myself, because I take on people's energy, I take on people's stuff, and I don't need to. It's not my responsibility. It's not my business. Okay? Zip up your energy today, especially today. So I'm gonna start at my toes, and I'm gonna come all the way up like I have a giant zipper, and I'm just gonna do this as many times as feels right. If I'm in the car, if I'm talking to someone, if I'm talking to my husband and he's ranting, I'll legit do this. Who cares? Maybe he just, like, who cares? Just do that, okay? So you could even double zipper. So you come up your front, you come up your back, and you lock it up. Final thing, we're gonna go ahead and make our bubble. I do this with my kiddos. And just again, like I'll build a bubble around my car when I'm driving if I'm feeling unsafe, whatever, okay? So I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm gonna put one hand on my chest and the other hand, I'm just gonna push away. I'm building my bubble. I am in charge of my space, of my heart, of my mind. I'm the gatekeeper of my mind just like you are too. And so I'm gonna build a bubble that I live in, and I don't have to let anything in that doesn't serve me. Doesn't mean I'm ignoring the rest of the world, just means I'm taking care of me. I am taking care of my own personal space. I'm owning that because we all have ownership in our own journeys. Your emotional journey, your spiritual journey, your nutrition journey, your movement journey, your personal growth journey, that is your responsibility. Take ownership of it. It's not a burden. It's not something to feel overwhelmed with. It's something for you to change your mindset around and be like, I own this. I am the gatekeeper of my life. I can't change anyone else. I can't influence anyone else. Their opinion, their mindset is none of my business. But my mindset, especially as a mom and a wife, it is so freaking important because we're the thermostat of our homes. And if we feel super unglued and super stressed out, our family feels that energetically. They do. So be the gatekeeper of your life today and pour your energy and your focus into all the things you can control. Control your controllables. What goes in your mouth, what goes in your ears, the social media content you scroll. Over the next few days, I'm gonna step back from social media and I'm only gonna go to the people and the places that bring me joy and lift me up. That's not putting my head in the sand. That is me protecting my own physical, psychological space, you guys. We become what we consume. Not just with junk food, but also with like stressful stuff. So I'm gonna cultivate joy. I even put it on our homeschool list today. We're prioritizing fun. So if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling overwhelmed, how can you flip the switch around it? How can you change the script? How can you make something from a have to a get to? Because as soon as you decide to do that, you're gonna have an entirely different experience and an entirely different outcome from your own personal journey. So own freaking today. It's such a freaking gift. Every single day that we get to show up and move our bodies, it's a gift, you guys. So I'm grateful for all of you. I hope you do an energy practice. If you need more info, you can always go over and scroll the units and check out Brianna's video. She even has a Facebook page called My Joyful Horizons. She just had a baby, so that's where her energy is right now. But you guys, it's a gift. So I believe in you. I hope you show up today. I hope that you log your accountability and you lean into the spaces and the people and the places that inspire you and lift you up, and just cultivate more freaking fun today. Find something fun. Read something that brings you joy, that makes you smile. Let's all focus on that.